What's your phone? What's your phone on? Just take my phone off. You could take my phone off. Yeah. It's been dead all day.
Sorry, go ahead.
Who's that?
Sorry,
yeah. Okay.
I'll walk real slow.
Cool. This the wide. Cool. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to the Zeze Millz show. We're back in the building and we have a very special guest all the way from America. Are you Atlanta?
Atlanta, yeah.
Atlanta. Because I saw something the other day and I saw you said Atlanta. Then I heard you talk about Jersey as well. Did you say Jersey? Randomly? Maybe it was just
maybe it randomly. Yeah. I'm from Miami originally, but then I live in Atlanta.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Jersey? You ever resided in Jersey or you just randomly?
Just always go. I always be in Jersey. Yeah, always. I'm always in Jersey, New York.
Okay, cool. So all the way from Atlanta, we have Pretty Vee in the house. This is very like nostalgic for me because I feel like you have really been here you've been doing this, like you've been here for a while. And do you realize like across the pond how much we like know of you, how much we followed you, how much we've like seen the come up? Because I remember your videos from when you was just being yourself, and you still are yourself, but I remember all of them. I've seen your growth. Did you know that the girls over here love you? Did you know that?
You know, it's so crazy. Every time I go on live, I always say, you have to come to London. They love you out here in London. Come to England.
We do.
And then I'm Caribbean. So, I have some of my family is out in England. Okay. And I have a really close friend out here as well. She's like, girl, they will come out here. Come. And I was just like, I didn't know I had a really good fan base out here. I did not know that.
No, because I think the early days, like I would say, there's a lot of like ladies online now doing kind of what you do. And, but I would say, you were definitely like at the forefront of this kind of wave of like content creators and being like ahead of the curve. How did this all, like, how did it all start? Have you always been funny Vee? Like in your family, you're the one that's going to make everyone laugh on Christmas Day. You don't care. You just who you are. Have you always been like that?
Always. Like I'm the one who everybody waits to get to the house, to crack a joke, to be there, to be this big show. Like I knew since like middle school. Like I was like, oh my God, something about me is like hilarious. I'm getting in trouble like all the time, getting called from the back to the front of the classroom. So I always knew that there was like something in me, like a gift to make like people just come from being sad or just, you know, in a place of not like want to be bothered to making them, you know, their day gets better. Yeah.
How did your parents, because I always find like, I was always talkative growing up. And I always be like, you always want to get the last word in. And now I'm like, see, Mom, I've made a whole career out of talking. Like, I just talk now for doing what you was always like, just do you have to all the time. Yeah. So were your parents like, it's too much?
My dad.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, my dad was the one to be like, chill out, stop laughing. What's funny? You know, my mom was like, you know, let her do it. She's going to be something. She's going to be somebody. And I always said I wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I just always wanted to like be in the forefront of something. But I really wanted to do radio. That was my biggest thing. I had my own show in North Carolina and I had another show that was in North Carolina, but in Raleigh. And my other show was in Charlotte. And I just was like, this is what I want to do. Until God said otherwise. It's like, no, you need to be in front of the camera.
Oh, so you never necessarily wanted to be like in front of the camera?
It wasn't a thing at that moment. I knew I wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I knew I wanted to act, but I didn't want to like, at that moment, I didn't just like, the radio was my thing.
Right.
Like radio was like, okay, give me something, not Wendy Williams. Like, I don't want to be that right now. Right. Until I was like, all right, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. So I think I was selling myself short, probably. Who knows? Do
you remember your first video that kind of did the rounds and you were like, oh shit, this is happening. This is a thing now.
Fighting myself in the street. Like my best friend was like, fight yourself, like do something, I'm gonna record you. And then I was just rolling around in the street with nobody, just fighting the air.
I remember.
And then, and she was just like, let her go. And that was my Caribbean friend too. So we just did all the craziness. And she was like, just fight yourself and just roll out into the street and fight yourself in the streets. And I was like, let my hair go. And that's when I seen all the blogs we posted, Ball Alert, Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, all that. And then I'm like, I'm still broke, so we got to figure out what's next.
Because that is the thing, isn't it? It's like, you do become like this online sensation, but really the the pathway to actually making the money is always very kind of interesting, because you're getting numbers online, you're getting likes, but nothing is translating into the bank. So you're kind of doing your normal job, making what you need to make so you can survive, and then hustling and doing that and hoping that it flips soon, and then that becomes your main source of income. So talk to me about your journey so far. Like, you started doing the videos online.
Yes.
And then how did you start doing Wild N Out? How did all of that happen?
Well, that process was crazy because, again, like I said, I was coming from fighting myself in the street, going viral, having all these jobs, working for people, setting up all types of hours. And then my homegirl at the time was just like, you need to get on Wild N Out. I was like, okay, well, how we get on here?
How do we, when your friends say stuff, you're like, you need to just start going. One time my mom was like, and I lived in LA for a little while. She's like, you just need to go up to Denzel and tell him that you're an actress. I'm like, yeah, mum, because that no one's ever done that before, have they? Like, your parents and everyone always thinks like, oh, why don't you just start doing TV? You're like, oh, well, how does that happen? Tell me.
How does it work?
Do you know the producer?
Then, how can we get in the door?
Right,
Quick, right?
Yeah.
And that's what my friend did. She was just like, I have a email. Say that DC Young Fly your cousin. Right. Say that Carlos Miller your uncle. And I walked up in there, but I had to find ways to get there. Right. So, God used my cousin and my family at the time to get me to New York. I auditioned, didn't make it, and I went back home to Atlanta. I did all that, auditioned in front of them, did my skits, played their games. And then I don't think I was ready mentally. I think I was just doing it because I'm like, that's what my friend said to do. And I know like I was funny. But Wild N Out has a different type of funny, but I know when God gives it to you, he's an honest God. Right. You don't have to go there, because I was lying. I was like, oh, DC Young Fly my cousin, Carlos Miller my uncle, like, get me on the show, but it wasn't the way God wanted to. He was like, look, I want you to take a step back and literally work on your craft, get more numbers up, get your following up, and then maybe. And that's what I did. In 2018, I need a tissue that I want to keep like. Sorry, I just don't want to think.
That's fine.
But we could just keep going until she brings it. But 2018 is when they called me back, and my followers are up. I was at 1 million, and the look, my confidence. And I've been on the show for 10 seasons now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you got that rejection? Like, did it make you feel? Because I think it's kind of important to share that, because I think a lot of creatives, they look at people like yourself and think it's been smooth sailing, or they might know you've had some difficulties, but they don't know that there's probably a lot more no's than you've ever let people know. Yeah. So for you, how was that rejection for you, or how did that feel?
It was a little embarrassing because I really wanted to do it and I flew out here for it.
Right.
But it was more of like, okay, like it's not time yet. Like get yourself together. Like it's not time. A delay is never denial. And that's what I live by. Like it was maybe delayed, but I wasn't denied. Right. I got on the show. It's been my 9-10 season. So it was that for me, like embarrassing, but I know there's a message out of, was out of something. Yeah. So yeah.
You're right, is it? Okay. Well, I think we started like this now. Or we can, it's up to you. How do you feel? So is that working now? Oh, okay.
I would just turn it this way.
So just keep us like this?
I would. You'll have both of those angles. You'll have both.
Okay. Oh, we need this. Okay, cool. I've got you. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Do I need a lip back on?
Yeah.
Took the whole lip off. Do I have it?
You have it?
Mm-mm.
Not in the other pocket?
No. This outfit's cute.
Thank you. It's from the House of CB.
House of CB always come through.
House of CB do.
Yeah. And they always snug. They always snug the body too.
They do.
And the Bottega boots goes good.
Thank you, honey.
Mm-hmm. But
So yeah, you were saying it was
embarrassing for sure. And, a delay is never denial. That's what I live by.
Right.
You could be delayed all day.
My manager always says that to me when I get upset about stuff. She's like, it's not... I'm like, whatever.
No, seriously. Like, no, Lord. Like, it's like, look, we want it. We want the opportunity. We don't want to go and audition for something and go back home, back to the house. The purpose for me flying is to stay out there, not come back. So for me, like, I was like, all right, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe this is not... maybe I need to get myself together. Maybe I need to remove some people out of my life. Maybe I need to take a step back and evaluate me, until God bless me. And then from there, I was already on Instagram being lit anyway. Like, I was already like my numbers, the Sharon skits, my single, Peanut Mom, all these different things.
On the tables. Why does that table never break? How does that table...
It be breaking, though.
I've never seen it break.
It's two tables. I have the one outside, and I bring that one outside and put it in there, and then I have a new one now.
Every time I watch the video, I'm like, no, please, what is happening?
I know. Lay down, get off of it. I know, yeah.
Sorry, because you said the table. Right, so then you're... Okay, so it's been nice to see your journey. And also it's been nice to see, I feel like you've really grown spiritually as well. Yeah. I mean, some... cute fact. So B Simone's in the building, but she's behind the camera today, okay? So we had when B came on the show, so we had this really lovely chat about God, and I was saying to her about my relationship with God, and I always grew up in the church and whatnot, but at the moment I'm kind of like on the other side because I want to have sex and I want to just have a nice time, and I don't want to I don't want to disobey God because I think that if I intentionally know I'm going to have sex with someone, then I feel like I'm disrespecting God. Yeah. And I don't think I was at the time. I'm at the time where I kind of want to like give that up, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you seem like you're on that kind of same spiritual walk where you're a lot closer to God. How's that been, and why did you get to that place?
Well, I've always been close to him.
Right.
I think it's just what I give Instagram.
Okay.
It's a range, layers, and for DC Young Fly is one of my favorite examples of it.
Right, yeah.
Like, he got a whole 85 South show. Mm-hmm. They up there having a good time, enjoying life, smoking, living it up, but then Pastor DC gonna come out. He gonna give you a word.
Right.
So I think that's how I represent my brand. It's a balance.
Okay.
But again, it was moments where I'm like, where are you, God? Do you hear me? Like, I'm praying every day. What you doing? Where you at? Are you listening to me? So sometimes our faith could get a little shaky. Our trust could get a little shaky. We want so many examples of him, so many miracle signs and wonders to happen. Yeah. But he's like, trust me, because I got you. It's already written. It's already done. So I've always been close, but in this season, I've been getting closer. Right. Just to make sure, like, my walk is good. Like, I'm going to still get y'all to turn up. We going to we going to do the comedian V, all that. But then on the back end, I'm supposed to do that. That my platform is not just for me. Right. That is my ministry. Comedy is my ministry. And then through my comedy is going to bring people closer to him too. Like, why does this girl exude this type of sauce? Yeah. Like, who is making her this person? Who is making her keep being lit? Why she's all over the place? It's all God. And if I'm looking at you right now and I'm over here like, okay, why are you here? Like, why you have this show? Who are you connected to? You could say your brand, you could say your mama, but the whole time is God. Because you have to trust a source to get to this space. I have to trust the source, and my source is Jesus Christ. Your source is Jesus Christ. So again, when you have faith in him, you trust him, you let everything go and let him play it out, it's all going to work out. And that's what I've been doing my whole career.
Is this also where this came from? So basically, Pretty Vee has a new book coming out. When is the release date?
February 11th.
February the 11th.
Yes.
So guys, you can get this. It's a very nice Valentine's Day gift for your girlfriend. Do you know what I mean?
And your boyfriend.
And your boyfriend. Yep. Okay, it's unisex.
Yes.
It's unisex, so guys, you need to write as well. Because I feel like the man them don't write.
They need to.
They don't really do things like that. They find it a bit soft.
Oh, yeah. They think they don't need the help. They
do. That's why a lot of you just be bugging out for no reason, because there's no release. There's no release. You're not releasing anything. You're just there angry all the time. You and your boys talking about shit. I mean, you should really be talking about how you feel. And like you said,
how you feel, how's that mind?
Right. So this is called The Pretty Victory. I like that. Nice little play on the name. Yeah. That's cool. And it's a 100-day guide to recenter yourself and find your purpose. Yeah. So talk to me, what is it How does this, what is this? Talk to me about it.
So the Pretty Victory is my 100-day guide devotional, you know, to recenter yourself and find your purpose. And I send these out every morning. So before my book came, I'm walking in the bookstore, buying affirmation books, devotional books. Yeah. Like, again, my mom is a pastor. So, you know, it's always literally like embedded to really center yourself. If it's going to be with the Bible or it's going to be with something that, of course, read your Bible. But please, throughout the day or just your daily routine, what does the daily routine look like? I'm not going to get on Instagram and scroll after my Bible. I'm going to use something, another tool to get fed and to get fueled up for the day. Right. Okay. So I found this book by Joyce Myers and I fell in love with it. And I was just my quiet time with God. And
is it like an old? It's not. Is it a new book?
It's an older book.
It is because like my mom used to. You get like Joyce Myers. Listen, Joyce Myers. She used to come to my church back in the day.
For what church was?
I used to go to a church called KICC, and they always used to have like
here.
Wow. Okay. But they always used to bring a lot of the Americans. We was like a mega church. KICC was like one of the first mega churches.
You still go there?
No, I don't. I don't. Babe, I don't go. I haven't been to church in a while.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Shoot, but you went to church and
yeah. So they always used to bring over the American. And my mum is like still in, you know, Christian. She's a church woman, but I grew up in a church household, and like my gran was as well. So Joyce Myers, like, you know, all the devotional books that you talk about, like you'd read them, and my mum would be like positive confession, and all those kind of things. So even like
sending it out,
you know, those things like manifestation. I'm like, we've been like, the church has been doing this for years.
Faith.
Like hello, like when the pastor's like, okay, now we're going to say, I am well. Today's going to go well. This week is this. That's manifesting. That's positive affirmations. That's all these things. But, you know, then they make it all holistic now. And they made it like, oh, yes. Now you have to pay £100. Right. Now you got to pay £100 just to get an manifestation.
Yeah. And then the word being had.
Right. Exactly. Right. Sorry, go ahead. So Joyce Myers.
So Joyce Myers was my girl. Still is. I love her books. And I like, again, my book is not out now, but I do have copies of the real book. And I got emotional lately by seeing it, but I still tap into my Joyce Myers. Right. So I send those out to her. So send it out to my people. So that's when I was like, oh, if I'm able to send this devotional out from Joyce Myers to my friends and they're filled, they're not depressed anymore. They feel great. They're centered. Right. They're releasing, they're letting go some things throughout the day. I could do it myself. So why not write my own devotional book? So my girl, my homegirl was like, hey, V, you need to write a book. And I was like, what type of book? Because, girl, I'm still writing my whole life. Like, I don't want to write no book right now. Like, she was like, well, no, I used to work for this publisher. Like, trust me, like, you need to write a book. We want to hear from you. Right. My other friend, Pinky Cole, said the same thing. She was like, can you write a book? Like, we don't know. Like, we don't even know who. Because
you be dropping the gems.
Yeah, she's like, what do you have going on? I was like, ooh, a devotional book. Right. I said, I'm going to give y'all a devotional book. I ain't going to give you my life now, but I'm going to give you a devotional book. And she's like, oh, yeah, makes sense. Ooh, we do that. And that's when I was able to do this 2 years ago on it.
So did you write it all yourself? Did you have help? How does that work?
I had help. Okay, I had help. I've already been writing. So I've been already giving people like snippets of things that I've been putting on my Instagram. Like little like different sayings, stand on what you know, the devil's a liar, use your words to combat the devil. So I was already throwing little things on my Insta story. Right. So I was taking those things and actually writing them and elaborating them on my notes. Okay. And that's when I found my publisher. He was like, oh my God, you already have 100 days? I do. I've been writing it. It was time to build a team so they could collaborate with me. Yeah. And that's when I had my writer out in Hawaii and all that good stuff.
So then is it like you do it, do you have to do it every day?
It's 100 days. So day 1, day 2, day 3, we have word puzzles in there. We have cute little comedic sayings in there. Because it's a fun book too. Oh, nice. It's not like your typical devotional.
Okay,
it's still inspiration, still, comedic, and still healing at the same time. Yeah. And then like I said, I'm not by myself in this book as well. So every Monday I ask my friends what makes them victorious. And I'm going to ask you before I go. And I'm going to ask that. But every Monday I would ask that, like, what makes you victorious? Even a random day. And they would give me their quotes, people in the industry and outside of the industry. And I put them in my book as well. So, so the listener and the reader is not just only going to get filled by me. They'll get filled for other people. For example, Issa Rae, the Lil Duvals, Charlamagne. Right. So they've put in their little, hints and dents on there so the reader and listening could be filled and inspired as well. I'm excited about it.
How does that feel? Because knowing that people like Issa Rae, Charlamagne, all these people who are I look up to people like Charlamagne. Issa Rae is like my goat. Like I genuinely think she's the best.
I love Issa.
She's like the best thing to me. And there was like a dinner here in December, I think it was, and I went to it and she was hosting it. And I think I'm always really worried about looking not fangirly, because I don't mind looking fangirly, but
you don't want to be thirsty.
Or like I'm imposing it in your space. Do you know what I mean? I could be like, okay, I don't want to go up to them because I don't want them to feel like, what the hell? Just leave me alone. Like but I thought, you know what? I made a vow to myself, like any people that I meet, especially like Black women that I feel have made an impact in my life and they've made me like want to push forward or whatever, or they've given me just art that I can watch. Like Insecure, I said to her, like, I don't think you understand what you do, but you don't understand what Insecure has done for like us as Black women. Like that is one of the most nostalgic things ever to watch.
Yeah, we love it.
And any stage you are at your life, you can relate to it. But how does it feel knowing that people like that look at your work, respect your work, laugh at your work, like upheld you, praise you, want the best for you? Is that a little bit like pinch me sometimes, because you've probably watched these people as you've been coming up?
Me and she told me not to say her name on the podcast. So we gonna say one of my good friends. One of my good friends, right? We were talking, and every time I'm around her, we'd be like, yo, guess who texted me?
Right,
and then she'd be like, oh my God. She's like, that's not normal. So like, we're lit. Like, that's not normal. Like, why are you like, it's not normal. Like, why is Issa Rae texting? Like, why are you eating with Shaquille O'Neal? You know what? But it's just like when your gifts will make room for you. So it is still a pinching moment for us. Like, I'm pretty sure if my friend meet Will Smith, she's like gagging, or Martin Lawrence. Like, we are around these people who we're looking up to or running home to in middle school, high school, and in college. Like, now we're friends with them.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
they love us. Now we're inspired and admired by their work, and they're admired by our work. So it's definitely still a pinch me moment. I don't take that for granted. I'm like, wow.
I know, because some people, and then I feel also, sometimes socials also don't let you enjoy it as well. Like,
oh my God.
If you like say, oh my God, I met Issa, they're like, okay, chill out. You're like,
you so thirsty. Right. You so thirsty.
I'm like, what, can't I be excited?
It's my blessing. Like, she's a supporter of my work.
Right.
So that's why people, that's like sometimes with us, we don't share much. Like, because they be hating, Because
I have seen that you do get quite, the people love you, because on Shade, because I follow Shade Room and all that and whatnot, and I see they post you quite a bit. They post you a lot, and I see the people do love you. But also, I have seen a lot of hate and a lot of like backlash. I think one time you was praying. You put a video up about and you were praying, and they were angry at you praying.
Girl, I was like, I don't know what the year that was. That was last year. Last year was one of them years that I didn't understand about the little things that I said went on these blogs. Just the tad about Jesus.
And then they were angry at you. I said, hey, we're angry at people praying.
Yeah.
Babe, just scroll if you don't like it.
Right, just scroll. I'm not funny, so scroll, get off of my page. Back up.
Right. Like, it's not my force.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or when they do that and then the blogs post you and they're like, but we don't care. It's like, it was never for you. It was for my following. And they've taken it and put it here.
Yeah.
So I know you don't care. Because if you cared, you would be following me, wouldn't you? But you don't. So let's just like, what's going on here?
Yeah, but it's positive and the negative. And I'm defending a friend, you're mad. Saying I'm funny, I'm mad. I'm praying at this. I have my opinion. Like, you have this show. You have your opinion. We're going to talk.
Yeah.
They get upset about it. But it makes me feel like I'm doing something good. Like, I'm supposed to be here, So it's just like, it is what it is. We're going to keep going up anyway.
Have you ever had, because I get a lot of backlash, not so much now because I'm so tired, so I don't really talk that much anymore. But does it ever get too much? Because for me, sometimes I have a little cry, but I've got good support system around my friends and stuff like that. Do you ever feel like, this is just a bit much, or do you always know, like, because for me, sometimes I think, this is a bit much for me. is it that important? Yeah. I understand that this is my gift and whatever, but,
for sure.
But is it really that? Is it that important? Do you know what I mean? Does that ever creep into you? Or because you come across as like a really positive person.
Yeah. That don't bother me because I know what the end goal look like
this.
Yeah, I know what the end.
Accumulation. We'll cut this bit out anyway. Yeah. Go there. Like with the lip gloss.
Gets all whitey.
Yeah.
Good?
Again. Okay, good. Because I would hate if that. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah. No,
You can't see it. You wouldn't be able to see it. But I'm just because I know. Because sometimes I look in the mirror after I finish filming. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah. Why didn't nobody tell me? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
I don't, because I know what the end goal is. You know, so I don't really like get into all of that.
Right,
you know,
right.
Because I'm never gonna stop. I'm never gonna question why I'm here. I'm not gonna wait away from my gift. I'm not gonna do that. So it's just like, yes, it does happen for some people, and sometimes it's like, what's going on? But I don't question what I'm doing.
Right.
And I don't. There's nowhere to wave to. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be at. This is my purpose.
Literally, I was having a conversation with my cousin yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just a bit over it." She's like, "So have you thought of, pivoting, doing something? What else would you like to?" And I was thinking, yeah, there isn't really. Like, this is me. Like, I genuinely, although I get tired and I feel sometimes I get a little bit down, I genuinely do love sharing my opinion. I love sitting down with people. I love having conversations. Like,
and you don't even understand who you're helping.
Right, yeah.
Just have this conversation. This is like somebody's opportunity and chance to be seen and to be heard by your platform.
Yeah.
So it's a certain gift. And the thing about it is, even when you mention about church, like, sometimes, like, you could step away from it and do what you do, but this is your ministry. You know, however you set it up to be, it is. Because you ain't straying away. Right. You're just trying to find your own avenue to do it. So just know, like, this is your ministry. This is your calling. Just stay with God. That's it. That's all. You ain't got to, you could do that. We love a nice little stomp with some gospel. But, just keep mom close like she's always been. Let her be in your ear, as always. Like, I'm a past PK, so my mom's always calling me, what you doing? Are you covering yourself? Are you covering your heart?
How's that been? Because when you said your mom was a pastor, I was like, that must be very interesting, because my mom, I always get a text about something. Did you have to say that? I mean, the way you spoke about that thing, was it necessary? And I'm just like, well, yeah, it was. Actually, was
my mom with the skits. Why did you post that? You're trying to shift into something greater, Davina. You don't want that. Where's Tyler Perry? This is why he ain't come yet. Because you're always over here doing this. Look at you. Like, stop it. Like, get off of that. Like, put some clothes on.
So she followed. Like, she see everything. Have you had to ever block her?
I can't block her.
Oh,
she got another page.
Oh,
Then she's gonna figure out what it is. So I'm telling you, I get the same text messages. I get the phone calls. Just get yourself together, straighten up. And I'm Caribbean, so both of my parents are Jamaican.
Right.
So,
Jamaican. I'm Jamaican. My family's from Jamaica.
So it's like all of that in my ear. You know how it goes.
And how you should present yourself, and you shouldn't do this.
Clean up yourself.
Right. And then also, like, because we talk and then your life is quite public at points it's public. So then even within our culture, even Black culture, but then Caribbean culture, then Jamaican culture, chat your business when you go out. Why are you chatting? Why does everyone know about your business for? And you're just like, you keep it quiet. Why does this person know?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
not your friend. Right. Yeah. Why are you out there with that girl? You need to stop it. I've been warning you.
Right.
But what did that do for us? It kept us covered.
True.
It kept us not chatting.
Yeah.
And it kept us excelling because you already know people is so wicked. They don't want you to have this platform. Yeah. You come here every other day or how many days you come out and you're here talking to celebrities. Yeah. Meeting up with people. You already know how wicked people go, bad mind people. So we have to, those stuff I love from my Caribbean upbringing. Like, I'm like, thank you, Lord, I got that.
Right.
It wasn't so annoying.
Yeah.
But again, when you feel like you got a nice video or a skit and you like, I'm proud to post it, and you see the message come through, you like, oh, Lord.
Sometimes you just don't even open it.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, I don't want it to bring my mood down. Like, everyone's laughing. Now here I am.
Yep.
I remember one time my mum, when I first did like a video. Did a video and she was so upset with me. I think I was talking about sex and I was talking about that I had a threesome and she didn't know that I was like into the ladies. So this was kind of like how she found out, which was maybe not the best way for her to find out. She sent me this long text message like, why do you not think, why would you share that? Why do you need to let people know that's your personal information? Blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, she's like, you don't need to talk about these type of things. You don't need to swear. And this was like really early on in my career when I was working like a 9 to 5 and doing this. So she just didn't get it. And I remember like sending her, I spoke to one of my friends at the time and she's like, you have to understand that's your mum. She doesn't want to ever hear you talk about sex or anything like that. And then you're talking, not only talking about sex, you're not talking about threesome. That's wild, Zalika. Like your mum is... She's still in the church. Zalika.
That's so cute.
Thank you. And she's still in the church. So she's like, people are then sending her, probably sent it. And I remember I just sent her.
Zalika.
Right. Yeah. This is what she's doing. That's why she don't come to church no more. All of these things. So I just sent her a message and I said to her, look, I never like want to upset you, but it's probably best you don't watch my show.
And I said to my mom
because I'm not necessarily, as time has gone, I don't necessarily talk about sex as much, but that was right at the beginning. So I was like, all right, this is how I am. This is what I'm going to talk about. Like, hopefully one day it'll be worth it, you know, like, and you will see that it's worth it and it's going somewhere. And I'm not just here like spreading my information online and whatever.
Trying to be relatable.
Well, I'm trying to, and also like be relatable, but also I'm always about being honest and real. And I think I've got a nice balance of people thinking they know what's happening in my life, but they don't. Like I'll share, like I'm very open. I'll share about my love life and how bad that is and whatever, and the ups and downs of my career. So that's the content creators that I gravitate to as well. Yeah. I don't want to go on your page and it's like everything is glossy. There's nothing.
Yeah, if you're too perfect, how can you relate to it?
It's not. Babe, like, did you cry last night? Probably you did. Like, we all cried. Do you understand what I mean? But yeah, I remember sending that to her. Now, obviously, she's very proud of me. And she's like, you know, she still says things. She'll send stuff to me and be like, did you have to say that? Yeah. And I'll be like, yeah, I did something the other day. She's like, remember, no swearing, okay? When you go and talk at this place. And I actually remember getting on stage and going to swear. And I was like, don't swear because your mum told you not to swear.
Exactly.
So I do take it on board. But I did see also on the night before we go, which I wanted to touch on because I'm always talking, I said I'd like to talk about it. I saw on a live, I think it was you, B. Simone, and someone else, who was it? And you was basically both talking about being celibate. And I had a lovely talk with Simone V about this,
with me and Zoe.
Yes. I see, Mm-hmm. And then you say, did you say 8? No.
4 years.
Hey! Sorry. I thought you said 8.
4 years. I was celibate for 4 years.
4?
Yeah, that was 2018, 19, 20, 21. 18, 19, 20, 21.
Okay, so you're not celibate now?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I haven't done a dance since September, so I think it's may drag to March.
So maybe it's like it's kind of renewed.
Yeah, the pum pum is fresh.
It's gone back to like
it's January. Come and gone. It's
right,
good. Yes,
right.
Yeah.
It's like
no December hit, no November did it. So I think it's a new pum pum I'm having.
Basically,
but 4 years,
4 years. That's what. Okay. What I understand why, but why? Well, I don't understand why.
I think at the time I was just like, let me just give something up. And then it was a spiritual thing for me too. So I was like, I don't want to do certain things and it's okay. And then a guy came around and then that's how I broke it.
Okay.
So I broke it and I was like, ugh.
So are you with this guy now?
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So was
that... And I don't think I was on a celibacy journey. I was just like, it was just like, try 4.
But was
years.
It good?
It was
the breakage, was it good?
The breakage was good.
Okay, good, because that is the worst thing. 4 years and it's shit.
Oh, you somebody did what it says good?
Yeah.
I know.
Oh no, so the 4 years of, you could have waited another...
I could have waited another 10.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That is so peak.
You gotta be relatable, people. I could have waited another 10 if that was the case.
But seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how is the dating going?
Right now I'm single.
Okay.
And ready to chingle, dingle, mingle. But it gotta be the right person. How I'm walking in here, Z, and how my book and structured and confidence and bold and God-fearing and, not insecure. That's the man I want. I don't want all that checking for me, having low-key competition for me, with me, and just really and truly just be a man. And I think you already know how this industry go. I done figured it out. Now it's like, thank God everybody that I've dealt with, we're still cool. Like that's my homies. But it's more of like in this space now, like my fragrance is changing. Like my language is changing. Like I need my man to be on these red carpets with me. And it's okay that Martin Lawrence is hugging me for the 5th time. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. We're cool. Step back, because if you're in your position, I got to support you. But this is my time.
Because if I say anything now about the girls that now I'm insecure.
Exactly. So
but
it's like,
I can't say hello to anyone.
Yeah. So just don't be secure. Don't be insecure. Be secure and just know who you got. So a lot of guys are a little intimidated by some things too. So
I saw because you recently did Angela's podcast, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Reese.
Angela Reese's podcast, and I saw that you were saying that you wouldn't probably date publicly again. You wouldn't make it a
big
thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it a thing. Not, you would just have to see me outside.
Right, okay.
If I'm like pulling up to somewhere. It's never going to be like, I cooked for my man on Instagram and you see him. No.
Okay.
We're not going to put him up on the gram. No, it's going to be somewhere you have to see us. If it's at a red carpet event, if it's out at the gas station or wherever, hell, the movie, I don't know, but I'm just not going to put him on my page like that. Because it's just people so you are on how social media is. It makes it so toxic when you...
And then now everyone's in your business.
And now they DMing him. They ain't seen him before. So like, ooh, who's that? I want to keep that to myself. I think my love life deserves to be quiet.
Because it's peaceful like that as well.
Yeah.
It's peaceful. People
and we're in the limelight.
It's too much.
It's too much, yeah.
And then, and then if that person's also in the limelight, then it's extra.
Yeah.
I do feel sorry for I do think sometimes if I dated someone that wasn't necessarily in my world, they don't have to be in front of the camera, but they have to understand the world. But say if they're far removed, like an accountant or something, that's so not in my world or doesn't do, because you can be an accountant in our world, but I mean, you know what I mean, works. Yeah. I always think that pressure as well, like once people find out who he is, now they're on his page and he's just a regular guy that doesn't want anything to do with this. He just likes me for me. He understands what comes with me, but now here you lot are doing the most. So I always think about that, like what would be best for me and maybe best for the other person as well. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. And again, I don't know if you're dating or not, but you've gone. You're not?
I'm dating.
Okay. So you're gonna like finding someone like that's in that understands. That understands like you. Like you said, I do this, I'm tired, I'm da-da-da-da, take a trip, do this. Like you gotta really understand. We want somebody that's gonna, let's go take a trip. You want someone who's gonna be security. You want someone if stuff happened on social media that they put, you and Michael B. Jordan just kissed in a movie, he can't get mad. Like it's just all those different things. Like, are you gonna get mad if me and Rick and David Beckham is kissing just for a movie scene and then you mad about that? Victoria ain't mad. You know,
kissing David Beckham wouldn't be a bad shout either.
It wouldn't be a bad thing.
It wouldn't.
Is he here from out here?
He is.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. The ladies love him.
We love David.
David is aging so finely.
Lord.
So good, right?
I gotta call Victoria.
Be like, hey, like, you know, how Vicky, how are you?
Like, no, he's fine. But
no,
it's hard. But again, I had a good journey for 4 years and it helped me. And then after that, I broke it. When I was dating someone, but it wasn't like it wasn't like, I could have waited, you know? But again, when it's a temptation and you're strong enough in your spirit and all that, so things happen.
So do you think when you date again, would you try to wait till marriage?
We gonna fast and pray. We gonna fast and pray. We gonna see what that fast look like. You know, of course, the right thing to do is to wait. You know, the fleshly thing that we all think about is
exactly,
let's do what we need to do. Let's go.
I mean, I'm
yours. Like, you know, nobody else is. So let's just do it. So we go. You know, I think we gonna see what that looks like.
Well, I want the love because I think all of us deep down, not even deep down, and that's one thing I'm glad that.
Do you want kids?
Oh, this is so interesting because I don't know. I don't know because I think my idea of kids has always been attached to a family unit. You know, there's some women that they've grown up and they've always said, my desire is to be a mother. Yeah. And if they get to a certain age and they don't find their partner, they're happy to kind of like do it on their own. And that's because that's what fulfills them. But I would never do that. Like if I didn't find someone and we didn't have kids, I'm not now going to do it on my own. Like I don't think I've ever necessarily been one of those women like, oh my God, I can't wait to have kids.
Yeah.
It's always been.
Are you the only child?
My mum's only child.
Oh,
so I've been brought like in my mum, I've lived with my mum. So I felt the only child treatment, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I've always just kind of been like, but it's not ever a hard no because I know for me it's attached to love. Yes. So I could meet the guy that I fall in love with and now I do want to have his children. I do want to create life with you because I think for me that's another thing for me. It's like, I love this person so much. Now we are going to create life together and we're going to build this person up together. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's a family unit. So until maybe I fall in love, then the kids thing might be like, okay, yeah. Yeah. But it's not enough. My ideal thing, sometimes like I always say, is I like to be a stepmom.
Oh, that's cute.
Like a part-time mum. Because in that
the
way,
kids can go on when it's time.
right?
Yeah.
And then when he has them, I have them. But then I still get to live my life because I do think there's nurturing aspects of me, but I don't know if I want to do it full time. So that would be a nice balance.
How's the dating life in London? Do you date out here or do you have to go out of town?
No, I mean, I date in London.
Okay.
I do date in London. It's like, it's hard.
Right, because you lived in LA. So
I lived
the comparison?
Well, LA, I lived there for like 8 months.
Oh.
I wasn't there for years. I was there for 8 months and I was trying to do acting out there. And then the last like 4 months, I fell in love. So it was kind of like, I fell in love with this guy in LA and it was just, this is like such a long time ago. And I was like, I'm coming back. I swear to you, I'm going to come back because my visa had run out. I needed to come home. My money had run out. I was like, I need to come back home, sort myself out. And then by the time I went back, it was like 5 years later. And obviously he had moved on and whatever. And it was never that. But no, I just think, do you know what it is? Wherever you go and you're not from there, you're always going to be treated nice. So I think the American girls always look at the English guys and like, oh, the British guys and like, oh, you guys are treated so well. And the guys look so nice. And you probably will come over here and get treated really nicely. But I would be like, no, the guys over here are trash. Same if I went to Atlanta, I'd probably be like, the guys over there nice. And you'd be like, girl no.
Like, girl, screenshot the picture.
Like him, he was nice to you. Like, the ones there where you're just like, oh, because, and I just think it's anything that's not from it, the guys get excited, don't they? And they treat you a little bit better.
Yeah, they
until
do.
the novelty wears off as well. Because it always wears off.
I just always wonder how the dating life is.
What's it like in Atlanta?
Oh, Lord. All over the place.
You can imagine.
Yeah, all over the place. Atlanta's small too, so everybody knows everybody.
Everyone,
Yeah, so I just always like, what is it giving over here in London? But
I mean, how long are you here for?
Till next week.
Maybe you might be able to catch a cheeky little date.
Right.
Somebody might.
He got to play soccer or football.
Soccer or football.
What is it? What y'all say? Football.
We say football.
Football. Yeah.
Football. I mean,
where's the football players?
I mean, the football players, they're not really, well, they might like, they don't really go, well, I'm a little bit darker toned than you, so I'm out of the league, I'm out of the conversation. But they would like you. They'll like you. You got to go to like because I don't even know where they hang out. You got to go to one of those like West End clubs, which are so overrated.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Like one of those, it's all like bottle service, all that kind, which is fine, but the clubs over here are not as popping as like you guys clubs.
LA, Miami.
Yeah. The last time I went to Atlanta was for Megafest. That's the last time I was in Atlanta. It was Megafest.
What's Megafest with TTJ?
TJJX, yeah. That was years ago. That was like 2017 though.
So you a church girl?
Yeah, I was like, I was a church girl.
Girl, Megafest is years ago. Woman at heart.
Yeah.
Baby, my mama got them DVDs on that.
What do you mean? Yeah, we was there. Yeah, I went to, that was the last time. I was like 18. That was so, no, I don't even think I was 18. I was so much younger than that. Maybe like 15, 16.
I still watch Megafest sermons. Like between the sermons, them come on, say, come meet me down at Megafest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Megafest, I loved that. I was proper church girl. I actually loved going to church. Yeah. I loved it. I loved the environment. I loved how it made me feel. Yeah. I really did. And then I got my heart broken, and then that's what kind of did the shifting. Yeah, the shifting. Yeah, and then it was kind of like, oh, actually, I don't mind it out here in these streets. Yeah. Not like that, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, oh, partying, oh this, oh that. Because I was quite...
The world.
Right. I was quite... And that's why, the Bible says it's tempting because the world is fun. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's why it's hard to do walk on the straight and narrow. But
so how do you feel like where you at right now? How do you feel now?
With God?
Yeah, with your space and your spiritual space. Because I know you said you don't go to church, and then you said you're just trying to stay away from sex. I think you said that.
Oh, I'm not trying to stay away from it, no.
Yeah. So, well, something you said. You're looking at it as something, but how are you now?
I said that I always say I'm far away because I don't think I want to give up sex.
Yeah, okay.
That's what, so okay. I have this like conviction of, I know I want to have sex, but I know I shouldn't be because it's not I've got before marriage and all that stuff. So I always feel a little bit guilty. Yeah. And then I know I'm not necessarily ready to be like, but I will say, I think I'm becoming, I think I was a lot further away. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm closer, not close, but closer. Yeah. If that makes sense. I think I'm a little bit more open. Whereas before I'd be a bit like, I don't want to hear about it. If that makes sense, I'd be like, okay, yeah, here we go. All of this Jesus and God and here we, because also kind of like what you were saying as well about just sometimes I'll be like, God, why am I having to work this hard? Or why am I having to, why is this constant rejection? Or why is this? Or why is that? And I would, when I was in the church, I'd pray, I'd fast, I'd do all of these things. And I'd think, why is nothing happening for me? Like, why does it always feel like I get somewhere or I nearly get somewhere and it doesn't? So I think I would just, and then I'll see like my peers who weren't with God all going to church, like getting big jobs or getting acting jobs and all these type of things. And it will kind of like play with my mental. So I think that played a part into it. But I think as I'm getting on older now and understanding the world a little bit more and seeing the world a little bit more, I feel like I gravitate more towards it, if that makes sense.
Are you doing other things outside of the podcast?
Yeah, I do radio. I'm on radio.
Okay, that's
I do
dope.
radio.
Okay,
I'm on Capital Extra.
I love that.
That is for hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
So I do that every Sunday in the mornings to the afternoon. And then, I do like online stuff a lot for other like Channel 4 and 4.0 and all these other things. So just little things here, like just things, you know, like,
That you want, but you want to clearly do way more. Who doesn't want to do like
way 100%.
Yeah.
Like radio. I've learned to really love radio. Like I really enjoy it. And I think when you do like content creation like us and then you do radio is it's instant. It's live. You don't need to think about editing. You're not thinking it's there.
Yeah.
And you have like, you build like a little community of people that look forward to listening to you, which is really sweet because people like texting and be like, oh, nice to hear you back on the radio. On my way to here. I'm on my, and you're like, wow, like I am a part of these people's
and
Sunday morning. So that's I really do enjoy it. So maybe I would do more days on radio. I would like that. Yeah.
The thing about it is like you are like gifted, right? So when you see, my mom used to always tell me this, and I'm gonna tell you, the world will bless you, but then the world will spit you back out.
100%.
They'll break you down. They make you look all in the fierce. They let you do. So you see all the brokenness, you know, because of the world.
Yeah.
And when God had you to be still, Z, and everyone else is getting opportunities and everybody's doing this, and okay, I'm watching my friends get this, but they're not even in church like me Monday through Friday. But I'm over here fasting. I'm over here praying because God has something so better for you in store. He had you wait and to be still because he has something greater for you and still do. Still do. But the only thing you got to do is say yes. And your yes may cost you because it done cost my mama. Now she a pastor. And now some days she be like, I don't want to do this because these souls getting on my nerves.
Right.
But the yes will cost you. But the yes is beautiful because you have a gift, because you have a calling. Don't go too far away until you go too far. You don't know him no more. He don't know you.
Right.
Because again, it's in your DNA. It's in your blood. Your mom is on her bending knees, praying for you. She's calling up God for you. She's like, have my baby covered in this world. She's out here. She wants to do her own thing. She doesn't want to wait. She wants to get it so quickly. And then your mama don't know in your secret place. You asking God for all these things and you want to do it.
Right.
But you feel convicted because I'm doing something wrong here. It's okay. He calls everybody. He was with tax collectors in the book of John. He was with robbers. He was with stealers. He was with abusers. He was with all these he was with everyone. He didn't judge a soul. They actually followed him. And he still blessed them. So just know that, again, I was in the same boat all over the place, doing certain things I had no business doing. My mom already knew. She was like, I know what you're doing in college. I know what you're doing. But then I had to take a time where I had to say no, so my yes is worth it. I had to say no to a relationship so my yes could be greater. I had to say no to this so my yes could have longevity. Or else I'm be back into trying to figure out because this is not all. God has so much radio. That's not all. Other things, not all. It's so you're beautiful. God wants to put you, catapult you, but you have to say yes soon so he can move. Because you can't be in the word too long. He gonna keep tugging on you, keep tugging on that heart and that mind of yours.
Yeah.
Then your mom over here praying. Because I promise you, when you have anxiety because you see the word God, you're not close. When you don't want to hear him, you're not close enough.
Yeah.
Because I used to be in the Bible, I'm like, oh my God, so how long this chapter is? You're not close enough.
Yeah.
And then again, he'll have you in a still place. Every time the ball drops, I get sick. I kid you not. I was just sick this past December. And God had me in that house to read my word. I'm literally fasting right now. My fast ends on the 28th.
Wow.
So I'm literally fasting right now as we speak, just to really and truly figure him out even more. And I can't keep trying to figure out. I just need to know. Stand on the word. Stand on what you know. And that's what I've been doing. So every time I would get sick, and I don't want to get sick next year, but when I get sick, let me pick up the Bible. Let me figure out what he's trying to tell me. I don't want to be the same person in this upcoming year. I want to be afresh. I want to be renewed. I want to be centered. I don't want to be the same person. My heart posture need to change. I don't want to be hard here. I don't want my mind to be a double-minded. Devil, remove it. I don't. I just want to have fun and bless the people with my comedy, bring this book out, model, act, do all these different things. But you gotta put him first in everything. And before you get up in here, y'all, I'm letting y'all know what I do when I grew up. I pray before I started any episode. I don't care about none of that. Wow. I may not understand him, right, what he doing, but I got to pray, y'all. Give me 1 second. This your stuff. This your authority. You are the authority. You have authority over your gift. This is your gift. If God gave you the mouth to speak and speak life and do you have to take back what the devil trying to take from you. And you have to say, look, I got to pray before I start any episode, y'all. At least give him that. Because he's with you. The mom praying down for you. You know, you went to MegaFest at 18 minutes. That MegaFest at TD Jakes, that's big, okay?
I listen. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, so every time, like, God, thank you. Let's start the episode.
Do you know what? And also, before there was a point where I felt so, like, far removed that I wouldn't even say, like, I would feel bad for being like, oh, God, please make sure I'm okay today or whatever, because I'll be like, right, like I haven't even spoken to you, but now I'm asking you for things, or even just like, oh, thank you, or stuff like that. But recently I have, like, I will say stuff like, you know, thank you, God, or just thank you for making sure or thank you for this, or just thank you for getting me home safely, or thank you for whatever, or that I'm breathing, or that my mom's okay, or that my family's okay. So I know, like, and I don't know, even like my algorithm now is so funny because I even put something on my Insta story today, and this girl, and she was like, what's the one thing in the Bible that you would stand 10 toes about? And she was like, I'm going to say, I think Moses should have entered the promised land, because she's like, have you ever tried to lead 600,000? And she says, niggas. But it was so funny because it was like, I'm seeing more relatable content about the Bible, like on my like feed. It comes up and it's just, and which random. Is really random. But what I am really enjoying, I think it's really nice, because I think people do need faith, is the way that things like Instagram now, people are like breaking the Bible down for people. Yeah. And like people are, and making it fun for people. Yeah. And even when I went in the comments, it was just like all these people, I was like, wow, we've all like grown up in the church. It was like people saying, I'm sorry, but King Saul was just a 6 foot guy with no personality. And that's why all the guys now, and he was the king, he's the goat of why these 6 foot guys now don't need to have a personality. And I was just like, this is so funny.
Because you know how we were. It's like antagonizing. You have to read this. You have to do this. You have to put on your skirt. You have to be this. All that. So then that's what makes sense. Like, oh, I got to jift away. It's too hard over here. Like, come on now. Like, y'all doing a lot. But now there's more things out there to make the Bible fun. Like,
and relatable,
my mom does Bible study every Tuesday. When I say she be up there carrying on, like she be up there having a ball, breaking the Bible down. Because, I mean, again, she got the young people. Like, we don't, TD Jakes was with the thing, with the handkerchief, sweating. That's cool, but now we want the teaching, the fun teaching that we could understand. And I do miss the anointing part, because a lot of pastors have it, but a lot of pastors are a little bit more teachy. I want to hear some yelling too.
Right.
So it's I like
just
both.
To get you going.
Yeah, get me going. Yeah, I like both worlds. Like the teaching part, relatable, but still give me some yelling, give me some sweating. You know, but like I said, God don't care how you come, and just come. He know where you at.
Yeah.
But once you talking about traveling mercy, get me home. Thank you for my mom. Thank you for how I breathe. Girl, you're gonna be fine, because he knows what the vibe is. I just wanted to tell you that because I understand. You know, when I'm trying to, like, God, do not let my faith wave. You know, keep me in the express lane with you. Like, keep me going. Like, keep me strong. Keep me trusting you. Keep me believing in you, even when I don't understand some things. Just like, give me a sign. My sign was a rainbow. I asked God to send me the rainbow one day, and I see a rainbow randomly, you know? So I screenshotted it and held on to it and put it on my wallpaper. Right. Because just little things like that, he'll come up and show you, like, God, have you left me? From with the world that I'm in, have you really left me? Like, are you still with me? Like, can you speak to me through someone? You know, can you give me a sign so I could understand what you're doing? So literally, that's how I connect with him too. And just, of course, the word of my mom. and friends, you know, like.
Are we need to wrap up? Oh, yeah, we do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
But yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For sure.
Honestly, because it's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey. And like you said, you don't ever want to go too far away. But even when you do, you can always find your way back.
Oh, you can.
You can always. Not that I'm saying go far. You don't need to go extra far, girls. Like just stay a bit. Don't need to go all the way down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the.
You just don't want to struggle trying to get to know him again.
Yes, this is true.
That's the thing. It took my mom a long time, you know,
right.
to get. She knew him, very much anointed, but trying to get him on back and get him going. She's like, I love the world. I want to be in the world. She's like, I want to be up in that thing. Chicken wing on a string. She'll tell you. She'll be like, yep, I'm here. I got my Rolex watch. I got my baby daddy. Got money. I'm good. I'm getting this, that. And then she's like, okay, well, this ain't lasting. I'm getting abused at the same time. You know? So she was like, I don't want you telling me to go up there and talk. Like, I want to be fashionable in church. That's my mother's words. Like, I don't want to go up there. I want to be cute with my Gucci on at church and be fashionable.
Right.
And, you know, all those things get stripped. And then you have to surrender naked.
Yeah.
And naked don't mean what we think about. Naked means just bare, surrendering.
Be vulnerable.
Yeah, be vulnerable. And 10 years in, she's ordained. And she's a pastor now.
She's been a pastor for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. She'll be going up on her 11th year now.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So now she's like, I will never go back to that. I have a purpose. I like the nice things now, but I ain't gonna go back to doing what I used to do.
But you can have nice things.
You can have nice
100%.
things and do your thing, but it's how she got it.
Right.
She can't go back to that.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Have you got any other questions for me? Because we have to wrap up. We have so many.
Interviewing you, Z.
I know. So, any other questions?
I don't. Oh, what makes you victorious? That's my thing. What makes you victorious?
I think what makes me victorious is my vulnerability.
Okay.
I think I'm okay with like being vulnerable and telling people how sometimes I find it hard, because the reason why, like kind of like what you're saying, even if sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to share that. I know there's someone else that is going through, because what I've learned is there's not really a unique experience in the world. Like if you feel like this, there's probably like 10 other people at least that feel like this.
Yeah.
And like it was quite interesting actually, because it was a clip that I had with B, and we were talking about dating and maybe giving up on dating. B was like, no, you got to keep. And I put this out because I was like, maybe I'm just never going to find love. And the amount of women that DM'd me was like, oh my God, I've been feeling like this. I feel exactly like this. And then there were so many women that also then related to what B was saying. So it was such a nice, but that was because I was okay with saying, rah, what if I end up alone?
Yeah.
And, you know, and sometimes you don't want to say it because then you get all these ignorant men in the comments who are like, yeah, well, what do you think? You're always online talking. Of course you're never going to find a guy. Or you don't really want to give them ammunition now to point out things that they think is wrong with you. But what I've realized is there's going to be someone else that is feeling like that.
Yeah.
And then me saying it out loud, that's helping that person or making that person feel like, oh, actually, I'm not on my own.
Yeah.
And it was nice because even though I'm saying it out loud, the women messaging me made me feel like, oh, wow, I'm not on my own. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, wait, there's a few of us that feel like this. I'm not crazy. I'm not psycho. Yeah. So I think that's what makes me, is that the vulnerability that I'm okay with sharing with other people and just talking about life. And it might look great, but it's hard. Like life is hard. There's ups and downs. There's good times. There's whatever. Yeah. But I think that's what.
Some days you hear, some days
sometimes you're not. Sometimes you don't even know. You're like, what is going on? Like, hello, is this? And then sometimes you feel bad because of the position you're in. Because then people are looking at you and be like, well, V, what you got to be upset about? You got this going on. You got that
6.7 million followers.
Right, yeah. And you're like, no, it's still, you know, we're human beings. So yeah, that's what I think does,
Vulnerability.
Yes, period. But thank you so much. I wish we could speak long because I know we probably could talk for ages. But this is the book, guys. This is Pretty Vee, The Pretty Victory, 100-Day Guidance, Recenter Yourself, and Find Your Purpose.
Yes.
So I even did it in the American accent. Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you for coming. I've had a lovely time. And enjoy London. Enjoy it. Maybe I'll try and find you a football. I mean, I can't even find one for myself, so I don't know.
Find somebody from a Z, girl.